Well, hello again. You know, this is one of those second attempt kind of deals. uh, I made a Rambles, um, pretty much like on New Year's Day, and it was kind of a thing. I saw some very old video. It must have been about a year old, and it was about the meta. So I put together something on my thoughts as far as, and it wasn't so much about the meta as much as it was about you know meta players and meta players being bad. And so that I kind of put together my thoughts on meta and meta players, and then I did some matches, and I tried to put it all together, and while I was in the middle of doing the clip champ, the uh, it crashed on me. It crashed on me after I had about an hour and a half of mucking around, zooming in, zooming out, trying to stick my stupid little label in there, right? I'm going to break down and get a new laptop, one with a bunch of memory, so I don't have to deal with that anymore. It's not even for gaming. It's just so that I don't have to have things like that. That shouldn't be a struggle, It shouldn't be a battle for me to edit a video. So I'm looking at a laptop and see if I can't get that done, because it takes unbelievably long. And the worst part is once you get past about, or for me anyways, with this laptop and 8 gigs of RAM, and once I get past about a half an hour of video to about 40 minutes, when I try to, say, zoom into a time point so I can start my little logo thing, and then zoom back out and scroll over and zoom back in so I can clip it, right? That is an arduous process. Each single click to zoom in and zoom out, and it takes multiple clicks to get to where I want to be, can take anywhere from 15 to 30 plus seconds per click. Imagine doing that through a whole hour-long video, hour and 20-minute video. Yeah, it can take me hour, 2 hours, depending on the length of the video, just to do my tiny little minor edits. And then it takes another hour, literally. It takes almost the exact length of the video in order for me to export it into the final MP4 or whatever I think it is. And it's so I had that one and it's gone. I mean, I still have the base video I made, but the work that my little efforts to, so I probably won't ever put it out there. What I've been doing here recently, though, is I decided that these guys are a major pain, so we're going to bring one of these up. The weapons don't matter. You can't fight anything in Champions really with these. If you get lucky, you could get somebody who's crippled, and you could take them out, put them out of their misery. But that's about it. Really, that is a late game beacon runner. And I had the Skyros set up because I'd had a Skyros from long ago, and the problem with it is there's so much power out there now that it doesn't last long enough to really be that effective. However, these things, late game, there's an awful lot of us out there who have Titans down that we're not really prepared to switch out of, or other things that do not have quantum radars. And I've seen those things be absolute nightmares at the end as we run around and try to keep up with it. Most cases, I admit, we end up killing them. Somebody ends up eventually sacrificing whatever it is they have to drop something that can take them out. But I have seen them be very effective at the end, so going the other way as well. So thought thought I'd throw one out there, just because, you know, Hangar 4. This is like I once in a blue moon kind of use. You know, really, when we look at it, it's I spread things out because I also like my hankers to have a certain balance to them when I look at them visually. Otherwise, if you were to do it, I would, to what I use the most. Number one, my beacon runner, my mid-range, my killer, my backup, my other beacon runner for long maps because of the teleporting, my backup killer in case I mess up, and my other super durable one, of course. And that's it. And Titans, I either drop this, or I drop this, or right now I drop this. This thing's nice and all, but I don't have enough of the beta weapons in order to bring it fully up to speed with the new ones. I could, I suppose, put the voids on there, but I wanted to fart around with that, so it is what it is. But what I did recently, aside from, you know, make that little niche one, is I came over here and I decided to try this. I said, because I had the armor plated kit on here before, which is 42% durability, right? And I decided to go with this. Now, you say, oh, that shouldn't make much of a difference. I don't know, man. 20% durability is a lot, and in an area when you've got people ganging up on you all the time, you know, because I tried this with the nuke amp and the armor plated kit, and you know, it was okay, but it really did go down fast. I usually ended up in a bot at the end of the game, whereas when I'm running the repair amplifier, more often than not I can last in the Titan to the end of the game. So I'm trying to find that balance. So I gave it all the durability I could possibly give it, and now I'm going to try to give it just a little more damage output, and we're going to see what happens. You know, it might be that well, you never know. What's this one do? 23%, and you do what? Okay, yeah. See, so that's the most minor reduction in the durability and increase in the damage within the ultimate line. So we're going to stick with that, and we're going to see how that plays out. I would like to have it do just a little more damage, because sometimes it just seems like it's not quite enough against other Titans in particular. But you know, because you run into a lot of the ultimate minnows and a lot of the luchadors and the Bjorns, and those things can take a lot of damage, you know. Eiffels and see Newtons with this. It's unlikely that the Newton's going to have something with longer range. So if they lift you up, you just suppress them and open fire on them, and they regret their decision. You know, because as long as you got heals going. Now, if you're out there and you don't got your little heal links going, you definitely get more vulnerable, because you want those with that repair amplifier. But so I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what it does. I haven't played it all today. I didn't play. I played a little bit yesterday. I did get into a little bit of squads for a little bit. Little bit. Kind of stuck on that, I guess. But I didn't really. I made some videos from it, but nothing really stood out. Nothing really said, that looks worth sharing. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know, I don't generally think that just seeing the regular day-to-day fights is really all that appealing. Run away! Oh, what's this? You know, in that whole mess, that sword that came in, I couldn't even tell whose it was. That's why I stopped firing. It's like, is that my guy? I don't know. There's a lot of guys coming here from me for some reason. So we'll come back here. See, there we go, and he moved his little beacon thing over there to get me, so that I come back here, so that I'm out of the way of it, no more free damage. Oh, ooh! Finally a few too many. What we got going? Oh, all my guys are over here for some reason. Okay. Well, I guess. I don't know how that's... To me that worries me because it's like, oh, we couldn't hold ground, so we fell back all the way back to something other than home. Oh, see, look at this. There we go. See, this is what I was saying. I was worried my guys weren't able to hold ground, right? So that's why I was like, I'm a little worried. Oh, what's gonna happen? Because my guys weren't really stepping up the way I wanted them to. Yeah, and they were going down too. So. Then once they gang up with their Titans on me, it'll be over. See, they just can't stop anybody. Look at that, they can't stop anybody from moving backwards. So it's not really possible to to do much. Because, you know, that's the other thing too, is they're not dropping their Titans, right? Now the other team's got just about all their Titans down. And my guys, I think I'm the only one right now that had one down. And that's it. Too many things on me. So, now we just watch. We'll go here, see if we can get a different view, huh? Oh, see, it's too late. Dropping your Titans when the other team already has theirs out, already has 4+ beacons. Unless you can overwhelm them, I mean, you're way too late. Way too late. And I still watch videos all the time with people, and their Titans charged, and they're down there like, oh, which robot do I pick? Which robot do I pick? Really? Really? You think that's a decision point? I find that kind of interesting. I mean, look at this guy. 0, 0, 0. Totally useless. Well, I don't even know what he was doing. And again, if you take away the home beacon, then you do a measure, and I'm in this boat too, but if you take away the home beacon, you know, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And 1. Because that whole time I was fighting on that side beacon, I don't think I ever got it. But, you know, you come over here and you got 5, right? So you got 41402. And then you look at the damage, and, you know, not a single person equaled. And our bottom 4 people were absolutely useless. They barely did more damage than one person should do. I'm not going to look at their hangers because who knows. My guess is I got paired with some pretty low people. And I don't want to be mean or anything like that, but it's, again, you know, when I look at this, you know, some people may look at this and say, "Oh, it's because, you know, you're big fatty whale," and what I have should technically be relatively irrelevant. This is the matchmaker, right? And this is the matchmaker's attempt at balance. It's like if you try to do 2 custom squads, and most of your people are between 5 and 6K, and then you got one guy that's 10K. Which team gets them? What happens then? Are people any better at putting together those squads than the matchmaker? Nah, not really. In my experience, anyways, not. In my experience, that there is an equal amount of imbalance. It's tough, and you know it's tough because there are so many variables, from the pilot to the drone to the modules, that even if you take away the max stuff, even if you said, "Oh yeah, we're gonna say everything's got to be, you know, around MK2," you know, with some variation in that area. Okay, fine. What does that really end up looking like, though? You know what I mean? In the end, it's very hard in this game to get balance. Sorry. They got, oh, this is why there wasn't anybody up there. It's just a whole bunch of miners back here. Okay. Oh, it makes this kind of a death trap, but that's okay, I guess. There's another miner. Okay, he's over there somewhere. Alright, fine. We're gonna go this way. It's just your run-of-the-mill Sam. Oh, there he is. I think somebody got him. Okay. And that's really all I was holding out for at that point. Guys, some heals. Help them deal with that. Oops, I just got pushed. Wrecked my chance of getting that kill. Yeah. Not happy with you, Mr. Skyros. It's one thing I don't like about Skyros guys. For some reason, those players, they really do have a tendency to like to push people around, even on their own team. Come on. Okay. Alright. I totally do not mind sitting in the back healing and just taking pot shots. That is a more casual way to play. That's low stress, and I like low stress. Let's see. Very low again. You know, though, I haven't been playing much, and I think most of my peers are a bit above me now. I could be wrong. Let's just see something. I consider a good measure for me is Nitro. He's somebody that if I end up against him, and he knows, we kind of end up at a standstill almost, because our stuff is so about the same as far as what we do. See, 5689. He's been out there knocking them out. How's Nerf doing? He's not usually a real high one, but this guy Nitro. That's the clan I was just in. That's Tony's clan, and there's not very many people in there, but they're all like Nitro. Who else is? He's somebody I like playing with. He's somebody I see on tank stuff. Who else though? David plays quite a bit, but still not usually more than me. Ooh, he's way ahead of me now though, right? Oh well, I shouldn't say that. I don't know where I'm at. I'm gonna say I'm 52. Ha, dick. I ran into him a whole bunch of matches. He finally just sent me a friend thing. Who else? This guy was sending me a bunch of invites earlier. I don't know who it is. Alright, who renamed themselves? This guy here, he was, who were you originally now? You're messing with me, dude, because he was Sydney Sweeney for a while, now he's Megan Fox, but I forget who he was originally. Oh, Kyle. Kyle was another one that's usually up in my territory or higher. He's been a little light this time, though. Who? That's really my best matchup, right? This is the other one right here. However, though, you know, he changes his name constantly. He's a good guy. I like him. It just the clan was a little rudderless for me, and there's nothing against him. It's just, you know, not everybody that can play well together plays well together. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that there was any really, you know, nothing like that. It's just, yeah, some people don't mesh, right? You think you might because you play well together, but then when you get into other stuff, yeah, you don't really mesh. And this right here, this is Tony. And I like Tony. Tony's a good guy. I don't have anything bad to say about Tony. Just, I just needed something a little bit different out of my clan experience. I hope to squad with him again some more sometime. But yeah, so look where he is. Okay? WR, that's where I was before. This is all higher end guys. And then we come back up and we go to Nitro. And again, you know, up there ways. And and I'm not, you know, I've been fluffing. Because where am I? Ah, I'm not even at 5200. See, look at this. I'm not even at 5200. So I have some work to do, don't I? Oh, yes, yes, you do. You know what's funny is I don't really go into the chat much, and it's not because I don't like people. I just don't usually have much to say. And well, I'm a fairly nice guy. I'm not like a real playful guy. I don't know if that makes sense. So I can end up kind of quiet in chat if I don't have anything in particular to say. Not at all like my rambles, right? Uh-oh, I hate these lockdowns. You know, the thing that gets me about all the lockdowns I go through, I have the module set up that's supposed to give me, you know, after I've been impacted so many times, a certain amount of immunity to it, right? But, you know, I never seem to run across that immunity with any real certainty. I tend to just get thrown around more than anything. Wow, they have an abundance of those guys, don't they? It works, I guess. It's one way to keep me from getting close. Oh look, some good fight back on my guy's side, huh? Nice. Good. Nice. It's more the mines, not your booms. Sorry, bud. Mr. Sneaky Pants down here. Is my Titan charged? Not yet. Shows you how spread out everybody is on this one. Uh-oh, he just took off. I'll get through my Titan. Holy slows. But it is what it is. All is C. Come on, guys. Now I guarantee I'll get it now. Just go around the corner. There we go. Yeah, it was interesting. They were using their Ochos as their beacon runners. I suppose you knock people out of the way, but the problem with it is, and this is what I was saying about anything that's really more of a beacon turner than a beacon taker, is, okay, if you knock the people off, that's fine, but if you can't hold it, you're going to find yourself in a vulnerable position. Now, they're fighting back, Sal, because they came down with their better stuff now, right? See, there's one of these guys just being super annoying. It works. No doubt about it, it works. I like luchadors, I like mega tanks when I drop. I should have, we'll do that. Hit you with a debuff. How are we doing, guys? Where's that other red? Okay, there he is. See, now, I know it's tough, but the Reds really needed to stop trying to fight on there and try to drag us away. And when you're looking at that map, one beacon, it's asymmetric, right? And so if you're going to try to drag anybody away from your home beacon, you need to go into the little village in the center beacon where you have cover and where you can break line of sight and force them to come after you. If, like some of the other guys, you take off and you go running towards the beacon that's out in the open, well then it's free shots on your whole run, right, from anybody that's got a mid-range weapon. So, you know, line of sight matters quite a bit. Nice. One of the Spaz team. I think that's the thing that I can't claim to be that great at it, but I try to do, and that's when I do something out on the maps is to try to do it with a certain amount of intent. You know, I'm not just going over here because that's what's available. You know what I mean? Or I'm not just doing this. I'm trying to do things with intent. But it's not always that way. Sometimes it's convenience, right? Sometimes it's like, well, this guy's right here. Why wouldn't I go after him? You know, he's right here. Why wouldn't I go after him? You know, so, but, I don't know. See, now I'm far away from that beacon, crossing people closer to this entrance. And I'm on the farthest side. So a lot of times, what'll dictate which beacon I go to first will be just simply where I dropped. I assume that certain people and/or groups that they thank goodness for that linker, I would have been dead. That's something right there. If you don't have the mega tank, you don't have the Teth or the Rex setup running, but you do have a Leo or a Duo, you can always consider linking to one of your beacon takers on drop, right? That is always not much I can do there. That's alright though. Don't know why we've got all these people sitting in the back though, right? It's like okay, 1, 2, 3 guys in the back, I just dropped. See, now you're just exposing yourself to getting camped, guys. You gotta come out of here. See, now I'm just stuck. I hate that about this. The nodes get stuck really easy. Guys, see, look at this, idiots. Alright guys, you can't camp your way to victory, it's just a fact. And I'm gonna go down, because none of these guys are doing anything. They're just sitting in the back, trying to long ball their way. Yeah, well, alright, well. If you're not in front of me, you're not going to get a heal. If you're not in front of me, that means you're in the back. Get rid of that guy. Guy's the only guy fighting with me, so. Come on, stay with me, bud. Ah, not quite enough. What is that thing? Don't even know. But, you know, that's the hazard of guys being extremely late to drop their Titans. You might say, that's not extremely late. Yeah, it is. It really is. Matter, I'm gonna go down, don't care, don't care, don't care. Oh no! Boom. Boom. See, now why am I taking a Titan instead of a Minos? Right? See, and there's why luchadors are still very, very good. I mean, they're just brutally tough. The only thing I'm helping here with that one is I still had a Havoc left on a wing, right? Because I still had a Havoc on a wing. Glad to see my guys finally stepped up and got into some fighters instead of the campers. Made all the difference. Yay! Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes when people kill your campers, they just drop more campers. Fortunately, in this one, it didn't work out that way. Fortunately, they were just camping because they thought they were going to be able to hold the center. And once those went down, they started dropping nice bots that could fight. Oh, and you'll notice in this one how the average damage went up over those last couple. Right? It was a better fight. I know. I'm too picky about the Titan drops. This is one where, though, I look at that and I go, would I have went down at that point in the Nodens if I had that extra 20% durability? You see what I'm saying? So we have to try it a couple more times and see, you know, because again, the difference between with the new camp and without the new camp, but all the durability stuff was I ended up going down early in the Nodens and having to shift to another bot, which is why I went super durable. You know, who knows? That may just simply be the case again. Is it just, you know, I really just have to put the durability back on there full bore? You know, because you also have to look at it and go, am I getting enough extra damage, enough extra kills to make it worthwhile? Don't know. do not know. Not enough matches to tell. Right? You can't tell just off a couple. You gotta have enough of them so you get a feeling for how the pace and play of the game with the change. Unfortunately, your buddy abandoned you to go for our home beacon. Oh, there's 3 of them that went this way to camp, huh? Alright, bud. Alright. You know, the only thing that bums me when they get all spread out like that is it's hard for me to get that faster Titan charge. Look at me. I'm on 2 minutes. For the love of God, quit running away. Ah! Alright, come on. I'm just going to take that from you because I don't want to give it to you. And for no other reason. Yeah, not very often I get another notice on my team, so that's kind of fun, right? That says good times. Get a different angle. There we go. Alright. Not a very tough fight on that one. It was just nice to see people on my side dropping Titans quick. And you notice what happened. They started onesie twosie in theirs at the back and just couldn't move forward again. Nice. See, for me, when I look at it and I look at this game and I think of you know, all the variations possible and the hangers and stuff like that. you know, I can get where people say it's unfair and all of that because, you know, the meta and whatever the latest and greatest is, it has not been rebalanced yet, you know. But at the same time, though, too, it's kind of also falls into the category, where do you draw the line then? If you want to say, oh yeah, well that's not fair, but this is, really? Where does that line come in, right? Who decides that particular spot, that particular line? See why I hate those certain people when they crawl around back there? See, now it totally blocked me. So at this point now, you know, I feel behind the game from where I should be. You'll see that there are people back there. My team doesn't seem to be doing too well. Nobody's coming up here to help me. Okay. I just keep getting more and more people. My guys are... Where are my guys, right? Where are my guys? Why is there so little assistance coming forward? Oh, hey, there's one. You know, all of that for 2 kills. But you know, sometimes you just have to sacrifice. Like right now, okay, I might as well sit on this beacon as long as possible. This is home. If my opponents are not able to take it from me, even if my team doesn't appear to be pushing or taking advantage of this, the reality of it is, it pretty much shuts down on this map a pretty critical area, right? Alright, so now let's... Oops. I'll go to here. Because now my guys are going to start to... They weren't moving forward much before. My going down isn't gonna motivate them. Good guys, good. We like to see that. Hold that center. We don't need to move forward. Hold the line. Hold the line. He's actually trying to move forward. All right, bud. I think he went down too. Ah! Oh well. You know something that's missing? Titans. Oh, he dropped a flyer. Oh, there we go, Atlas. Come on, bud. Got him. Ah! How did he go down so quick? I had 1 second left on my charge. Alright. I try to keep on you. Oh! You got in the way. Ah! Alright, come on, bud. I see why some of these guys struggle, because I see some bad decisions being made. Anybody notice that? Why would you, even with a little bit of healing, why would you jump right into the pit of all the guys, right? You gotta work your way forward, people. Alright, yep. Alright. Make me work too hard, guys. Press that guy. Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, battle. That was a battle. Ooh, and we're approaching the magic hour mark to when it starts getting tough. Well, at 54 minutes, it's already tough for me to edit the video now. You know, normally when I get you know, up a little bit on the kills, I'm usually down on the assists. You know what I mean? Pretty high on the assists on that one. It was a battle, though. It was a battle. Nice, nice. Well, I think I'm going to cut this here just because I don't want to have this run too much longer. But yeah, I'm going to do some more grinding, see if I can get ahead a little bit. Looks like I got a number of my daily tasks kind of done, huh? Still, I don't even, I always complain about that, because it's like, why when I collect all can't I collect that one, right? Why does that one always have to be different? And why can't I have a collect all right here, right? Why do I have to onesie twosie my way through this stuff? It's their interface is one of my biggest pet peeves. You know, they keep trying to change it and update it. I hope the next change, when they were showing that they're going to change how the hangers look, I hope that'll be nice. Like, because right now, honestly, if you take and you step back from this screen, it is absolutely cluttered, right? You don't have a really clean look at anything. right? It would be nice to have a much cleaner look. I would almost rather that you had a little thing like off on the side. Go into the office, and you go into the office and all of your other stuff is in the office, right? That's where you go if you want to mess with your data pads. That's where you go into the office, order your data pads. Go into the office, get your parts. Go into the office, do your clam stuff, right? And then get all of that stuff off of this screen. So all you have on this screen is to battle, right? And your bots. And then you could fill it up a little more with them. You could pull them forward a little more. You could put the to battle, in the center, and you could put all that other stuff into the office, right? And you go into the office and you see that stuff and you take care of business. And there's the other thing too. You could set it up so you could give yourself the option. Tell me this wouldn't be nice. So that when you go into the office, you can have a checkbox. Disable squad requests while in the office. Right? So when you're in there and you're trying to take care of business, you're trying to upgrade your bots and stuff like that, when you're in the office, you go into the office, nobody can invite you to squads or otherwise. And they get a notification saying, oh yeah, RezDog's in the office. Try again when he's out. You know what I mean? Something like that. RezDog's in the office right now. And then people know that's a temporary thing. He's not, otherwise. And then you come out and you go to your hangar, and now you're back to whatever squatting settings you have. When I try to make these, I've set myself to clan only, because I never get invited to anything. Everybody that invites me into squads is pretty much outside of my clan. So, which is kind of how it was in the last clan, even though they were all very good players. But not how it was in XO. XO constantly invited me into squads. But I don't mind so much, because I like to come and go a lot. And so I'm not always the best person for a squad. At any rate, that is the state of the gameplay for me right now. I'm going to run a little bit longer because I just don't know. I mean, it seems okay, but any of the things you saw now could have happened exactly the same way with the plated armor kit. I don't know if this helped or not. I don't know. Have to do more. And we'll see. And you saw in the back corner of that little guy running around being absolute pain in the butt with that thing. This is the one to have for that last minute thing. I think the only thing I really need to do is I'm just not happy with this setup. So not that I'm not happy with the pulsars or the blaze, but obviously I need to finish the blazes off, the gladiuses. But they rebalanced the dragoons, and so it's been a little soft on its touch from a distance. And I really liked it more as a mid-range than as as the sword strike itself. Sure, I took advantage of the sword strike, but really I liked the mid-range. I liked the mid-range fight on it. And so I've decided to try this, but I don't drop it that often either, because I stick so much to the on the ground kind of game. So don't know. I can't tell you if this is any good or not. Honestly, I can tell you this though, because I did run tests with it. If I fire all the weapons at once, these will go into recycle at the 50% mark for these. That's not necessarily a bad thing to me, because then these are reloading. That happens to time right at the same time as the maximum length of time it can be airborne before it goes back to its spot. So if you go up in the air and you start firing those ultimate pulsars, by the time they're about out of ammo, that's also the end of your flight. So to me, that timing works out well. You can drain them down, and then you go back, and you'll still have, while they're in reload, half your gladius is left. I don't know that that's so helpful. But if you say you go into the sword strike, while you're sword striking, your gladiuses aren't firing and your pulsars are reloading. So when you teleport back to your spot, you have about 2 seconds left, and then your pulsars are at full and your gladiuses are at 50%. You can do that next cycle and all of them are reloading again. So I don't mind so much because it's not too far off on the reload cycle, and that can make a difference sometimes, because you can get caught with your pants down, on a reload or on a recycle of any of your skills. It's happened to me many a times, and timing is everything in this game. Timing is everything. So, all right, I'm going to take a little bit of a break, and I'm going to come back in because I do need to grind. I haven't spent any time in here, and I'm only at 5,200, and I should be higher. I would like to come out of this entire weekend. Much higher than I am, so we'll see what we do. I don't know how much recording I'll do during that time, and it's not because I don't want to record it, it's because I don't have God's gift the disk space, and it also depends on how much time, when I decide I want to try to go after putting this video up. I probably won't go after it right away, because if I start it now, I won't get done with it until 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and half my day's gone. And I'd rather, I think, be battling at this point, and maybe later in the night when I'm feeling not so attentive, maybe come back around and do that. I don't know. We shall see. And one thing I do want to say though is the guys that I tend to enjoy the most out there, regardless of how the matches go sometimes. I really enjoy Tank. I'm not such a big fan of all the giveaway stuff. Oh, look at this. Huh, they don't invite me very often. It's funny that I mentioned that because, that's exactly what doesn't happen. Oh, it's one guy. Oh, that's fine. All right. I'm not a big fan of all the giveaway stuff, so I tend to be a little shy when it comes to those ones. Otherwise, I always like how open he is to all the squatting and stuff like that, because I like the interaction, right? I like Duck, but you don't really get that. He talks to the people, but he doesn't really play with them, right? And that's the other thing that I really like about Dizzle and Nickel, right? Is they do a lot of interaction with their viewers, not just chatting, but a lot of actual in-game interaction. I really appreciate it when we did the birthday bash thing, and everybody had their hangers that were all softened up, right? We all had our level 1 hangers and stuff, and we were out there. That was nice. I really hope that they get more people tuning in, because I think that they've got a real nice warm feel to them. I think in this day and age, that's kind of a big deal. Oh my. Stop putting up a fight already. Oh, and down I go. Ah! Let's get this guy down. Notice this, I'm turning this way, but I wasn't going that way. I was drifting the other way. These things drift a little bit oddly sometimes on things. That's why, I fell off that bridge. It can be a little unfriendly sometimes in some odd places. guy down there. See, now, I'm not going to move forward. Look, they're not moving at all. Why would I move forward? You know? I'm not going to move forward. Doesn't make any sense at all for me to move. They're all their camper bots. Nothing worse than campers, really, honestly. You know? Even when they drop their Titans, they drop campers. Oh my god. Just unbelievable. That's my own guy that dropped the camper too. Bad you. Why you crowd me, dude? See, and that's what you do with those guys. You hit your suppress, and you burn them down. Ah, there we go. Genuine actual tank moving forward. Hold on, dude. Gotcha again. Got you marked down there. Uh-oh. Backing up. I suppressed him. Should have kept him alive. Pressed again, bud. Alright. Yeah, it can take a long time for people to drop the necessary gear. I need a soda. See, now I don't like that. He didn't give me a chance to look at what was there. I'm not trying to race through matches. I want to see what's there. If he does it again, I'm dropping. I'm not here to carry people. I'm here to play the matches. I want to see what's going on. I want to see what's at the end. I really don't like it when people do that. You know, that's probably the one thing that sometimes is a pet peeve of mine about what Tank does, is a lot of times he does not show the final tally at the end. He skips it. And I don't know if it's because he's not in the top couple or what, but he definitely skips it. And he skips it a fair amount of the time, and that's one of the things I want to see. I want to see that final tally, you know? So Smythe, don't skip it again. Not good when you end up in a essentially a spawn camp while trying to build a charge. By not good, I mean it's just, you know, lopsided battle, right? That's really all it comes down to. And then you're at that lopsided battle point. That's less interesting than something that's got a little bit more, you know, back and forth here, right? So, let's see, what are we at here? What do we got? Oh, are we doing Dom? Okay. Let's see. Oh, look at that. See, that's what I want to see. I want to see what happened. Now, see, now with this guy here, see bronze, and then I see usually something. See, now these ones here, I've seen this exact same thing before. I always end up reporting these people because I've seen this before. A lot of times I've talked about it where they get down there and they've got some silver guy with them that's paired up, and I've seen these two reverse spots before. So I'm like, yeah, they're doing some fuckery, right? Oh, look, I think, I don't know if he dropped me or I got dropped. Works out though, because we're at an hour and 15 minutes in, and hopefully when I get around to putting this one together, I don't crash out and get really upset and end up not doing it, because then I would have two of these sitting there that in an unfinished state. So I don't want to do that. But I am going to take a break before anybody invites me again here, and then I'm going to get back into the grind of things because I do need to get points. So I hope you're all having a good weekend. I am planning on going out for Mexican and margaritas later today as a little break from things. I don't go out much, but I do feel like having some spicy food. So I am going out for the first time in a very long time just to and no, I'm not going with any people in particular. So, is what it is. That is the nature of my life. I spend most of my life alone, and I'm good with it, actually. But I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you have something fun planned for a little later today after New Year's, something relaxing, right? And I hope all of you and yours are well. It's tough out there. Take care of yourself, people.